word. We waste our whole entire life trying to save something that isn't supposed to be saved. All right. Maybe it's a relationship for you. Maybe it's a dream for you. Maybe it's a time in your life that you're supposed to move on from. And a lot of us, what we do is we stay stuck trying to save something that we know deep down in our heart it isn't supposed to be saved. I want to tell you this fact. Some things aren't working out because they're not made to work out. Some things in your life are not working out because they're not made to work out. And you know it. You might ask, Trent, how do I know if it's not made to work out? You know it. You have that feeling in your heart. There's no peace around it. You're trying your best to keep something and save something and revive something. Some of us, we have lost our own life trying to revive life and the things that aren't meant to be alive anymore. There's certain things in your life, just like that milk in the refrigerator, right? It's so crazy because we will look in the refrigerator and the milk can say expired. Now, I know some of us, we done drunk some spoiled milk before. I got a story with some bread that I ate that was molded. I didn't even know it was molded until I tasted it. I'm like, what is this? And a lot of us, what we do is when we see that expiration date in the refrigerator, what do? We throw it away. We don't continue to drink it. We don't continue to try to save it. We throw it away. But when it comes with our life, when it comes with our heart, a lot of things in our life have reached this expiration date. A lot of things in our life have been over, have been done with. And like I said, it's not just relationships. Please think deeper than that tonight. But some of us, we're trying to hold on to things that we know we're supposed to let go of. We're trying to hold on to a time in our life that we know we're supposed to let go of. And maybe you can recreate that time. But some of us are living in a past that we can't change. Some of us are living 10 years ago that we can't change. And we trying to ask God and we get angry like, why isn't this working out? It's not working out because it's not supposed to work out. It's not working out because something supposed to work. It's not working out because there's something better that's meant for your life. But a lot of us, what we do, we stay stuck in this moment. We stay stuck in this chapter and we never finish our story because we're trying to make something work when there's something better for your life. Some of us, we're steadily at the same door that's been locked, the same door that's been closed, the same chapter that's been closed. And we're steadily trying to reread the same chapter, trying to write a new story. You're rereading the same chapter, trying to write a new story in your life. It is time for you to rip that page up, throw that page away. Don't even turn the page, burn that page and start something new with your life. Some of us, we're trying to force, and listen to me when I say this, you're trying to force what isn't meant to be. You're trying to force what isn't meant to be. Have you ever tried to force something in something that it wasn't supposed to fit in there? And when you force it in there, maybe it works, but more than likely that thing's going to end up broken. That thing's going to end up tearing into pieces because it's not supposed to go there. And some of us, what we're trying to do is put our good heart in situations that won't respect our heart. Some of us, we're trying to keep our life around some friends and revive some friendships, which I'm all for. But we're trying to place our lives around people in circles that we have outgrew of. And we're trying to force our way into it. We wonder why we feel uncomfortable. We wonder why it's not working out. We wonder why there's so much conflict. We wonder why it's so much friction because a lot of us, we're staying in places. Oh my gosh. A lot of us, we stand in places that we've been outgrew out of. And you wonder why you feel constricted. Have you ever been in a place that you have grew out of, or you're in a tight place that you really can't fit in, but you kind of fit in there, right? Maybe you've been on a plane or somewhere and you're like barely fitting and you know that you're supposed to be in something bigger, something more spacious in our life. A lot of us are like that in our life. In our emotional life, we're sitting here putting ourselves in situations that we can barely fit in, that we have outgrew out of, but we're sitting here trying to contain ourselves in certain things because maybe we're afraid of friction. Maybe we're afraid of conflict. Maybe we're afraid to move on. Maybe we're afraid to let go. Maybe we're afraid of the unknown, and we're choosing to stay in a place that we're no longer supposed to be in, and we wonder why. We wonder why we feel constricted. We wonder why we feel drained. Because some of us are in environments that we are no longer supposed to be in, but you're sitting here trying to make something work that isn't meant to work. You're sitting here trying to give CPR to situations that are meant to stay dead in your life. Everything in your life isn't meant to come back to life. I want to tell you that right now. Every relationship isn't meant to come back to life. They're relationships for a season. And some of us, what we do is we keep certain relationships, certain things past its season, past its expiration date, and we wonder why it's sour. We wonder why it stinks. We wonder why it's mildewed. We wonder why it's toxic. We wonder why because we're keeping things in our life that are no longer supposed to be there. And a lot of us, we keep trying to save it. We keep trying to change it. We keep trying to alter it. We keep trying to make it work when it isn't supposed to make work. Because there's something greater and something bigger for your life. But you will never get the bigger holding on to what you're settling for. You will never see that there's something more to your life if you stay in the same place that is causing you to settle with your life. Y'all know my story. If I never would have let go of football, because it's not about relationships, right? If I would have, not just about relationships, if I wouldn't have let go of football, I would have never been on this live right now. I would have never met the greater that my future had for me. I would have never met the purpose that God had placed in my life. And I'm going to tell you right now, I was holding on to that thing past its expiration date because I didn't know who I would be without it. I was so afraid because everybody tied my identity around it. I got so much praise with it. So if I lost that, who would I be? And I was hanging on to it. Some of us, we hanging on and we stand in things for the wrong reason. Some of us, we stand in situations that we know we're supposed to grow out of, that we grew out of, but we're standing there for the wrong reason. And we wonder why we feel miserable. We wonder why we feel drained. We wonder why we have no peace. We wonder why we have no clarity. Because we've outgrew those situations. We've outgrew those environments in our life. And so I want to tell you this, man. Like, the more you hold on to it, the heavier it becomes. And only you know what I'm talking about tonight. Some of you, it might be a relationship. I hope not. Some of you, it might be a friendship. I hope not. Some of you might be living in the past that you've outgrew out of and you're still trying to go back and change things from 10 years ago that you can't change. You know, I don't know what it is for you tonight, but I want to tell you, man, that it's time for you to move on with your life. It's time for you to let go. It's time for you to let go so you can grow. It's time for you to let go so you can grow. You'll never get to the next level of your life. And that's the thing, you know, so many of us, we want to be healed. We want to be changed. We want to grow. We want to get to our next level. We want to get to our next level by keeping our life around the same things. It doesn't work like that. We want to change our life by keeping the same things in our life. It doesn't work like that. There's some things in your life that you have to let go of. In order to move up, there's some things that you must be willing to give up, straight up. There's some things that you have to give up in your life. And if you look around your life, you should ask yourself, man, you know what? What no longer serves me? What do I no longer serve? But what no longer serves me? What no longer fills me up? You know, what no longer gives me the energy and just drains my energy? These are questions that you have to ask yourself and you have to know the answer to, because if you continue to stay in places, man, that you have grown out of, that you are elevated from, that you have, and it's okay. Like, don't allow anybody or anything make you feel guilty for changing, for removing yourself, for progressing with your life, for doing better, for growing. Don't let anybody make you feel guilty for that. Because I know a lot of us, we're so afraid to move forward with our life because we're so afraid what people gonna say. We're so afraid that people gonna say that we changed, that we different, that we switched up. And you're so afraid of that. You're so afraid of that you're willing to stay in a place that is making you miserable, stay in a place that you're uncomfortable, stay in a place where you're so constricted, than to actually make the decision to change. And so I just want you to future think for a moment. Like, if you stay in the situation that you're in right now, that you know that you're no longer supposed to be in, just imagine if you used your energy, actually using your energy to build something that's for your life, instead of trying to repair something that's meant to stay broken. Everything in your life, and I know this might seem taboo to say, but I'm gonna be real with you. I didn't say, like, you know, everything in your life, but some things in your life are meant to stay broken. It's facts. Some things in your life aren't meant to fix. It's okay. It's called elevation. It's called separation. It happens. We're human beings. It's called changing. Everything in your life isn't meant to fix. Some things are meant to stay broken. You ever try to fix something, whether it be a toy, whether it be I was actually, the other day I was trying to fix this our pool chair. I'm trying to fix this pool chair, and I'm spending like 20 minutes, 30 minutes trying to, first of all, I'm not handy at all. I will say that. But I'm trying to fix this chair, and this chair ain't getting fixed. And I realized that it was impossible to fix the chair because what was needed to fix it, it didn't exist anymore. The chair was broken, beyond repair. And there's things in our life that are beyond repair. There's things in our life that we can repair. Let's be real about it. I'm not here to tell you that anything that's broken, you can't fix it. But there's certain things in your life that's beyond repair. And you're spending all your energy trying to repair it like I was with that chair. And so what did I do with that chair? I got rid of that chair. I threw that chair in the trash. And I just got a new chair. And I started using my energy to put together that new chair that I actually could put together and construct and build and enjoy. And some of us on here is sitting here for our life. Some of you have spent years, man, trying to repair something, using all your energy, trying to repair something that isn't meant to be broke, that isn't meant to be fixed. Instead of using your energy to build something that's meant for your life, to build something that's good for your life, to build something that's right for your life, right? To build something that you deserve. Like I told you before, I spent so much energy trying to repair my dream of making it to the NFL. So much of my life, so many years, so many wasted minutes on that. And as soon as I took the energy from that and I put it into my purpose and I put it into what I felt God had for my life, here we are today. Here we are today. So my question to you as we wrap up tonight, I don't want to stay on here too long, is what is it in your life, man, that you're trying to save that isn't meant to be saved? And please, like, don't overthink this. I don't want you questioning your relationship. I don't want you thinking about that because, listen, like, only you know, okay? And this is bigger than relationships. Maybe it's your dream. Maybe it's a job that you're trying to save. And you stay in that job because you feel like, man, like, I'm nothing without this job and God has something greater for you. In order to grow, you can't be afraid to lose. In order to grow, you can't be afraid to let go. Because in order to grow our life, we have to let go of certain things that we're currently settling for in our life. In order to grow our life, we have to be willing to let go. As that great symbolic symbol says, right? God can't place in our hands what we're continuing to hold on to, right? He can't place what he has for our life if we're continuing to hold on to what our insecurities are holding on to our life, what our fears holding on to. And until we open our hands and let go of that thing, God can't place in your hands what he really has for your life. And I'm a testament to that. I'm a testament to that. And it's hard to open that hand, man, because what you're holding on to is so familiar, right? It's so comfortable. It's so known to you. And we're so afraid to walk into the unknown. I've said this a million times. So many of us will rather choose a known peace, a known headache, a known stress, right? A known depression than actually walk into an unknown peace. You know what I mean? Walk into an unknown journey that leads to something better. And I just asked myself this, man, like, and I'll leave with this. You know, I told myself a long time ago, I said, I don't know necessarily where I'm going with my life, but I for damn sure know where I'm not staying. I don't know what the journey holds, but I know for sure that my best me is not right here. That the best life that I have for myself is not right here. And so I had to make the decision to release things. I had to make the decision to let go of things. I had to make the decision to leave the unfamiliar and walk the unknown journey. And it was the best decision that I made for my life because I told myself, man, I would rather die trying to, hey, Titan, come here. My dog's going crazy next door. Titan, come here. Come here, Titan. Titan, come here. Inside. Inside. Come here, sit. I would rather go down that journey, man, of at least trying than staying in the journey of what I know is going to be. You know what I mean? Like, just think about it. Like, whatever you're currently feeling right now, do you want to continue to feel that for the rest of your life? That's my question to you. And I know it's easier said than done. I know it's all those things above that we talk about. But at the end of the day, it's like, I think there's so much more for you, but you'll never experience the more settling for less than what you deserve. Like, I feel like there's so much more for you. And in life, man, I get it. It's scary. It's difficult. It's hard. Hey, baby girl, it's hard. You need to be asleep. It's hard. But what's harder is staying in a pain for the rest of your life. And what's harder is living in regret. To look back and say, what if? You know what I mean? What if? So, you know, man, if something's past its expiration date, you know if something stinks in your life, if something is sour, It's something that's spoiling your life. You know that. And it's up to you to say, you know what? I'm no longer, go ahead, Titan. Get to bed, okay? Huh? Okay. Only you know that, right? And get to a place where you throw that out your life and you start fresh. You start fresh. Some things are beyond repair. And I want you to hear that. Some things are beyond repair. And there's a lot of things that can be repaired. Don't get it twisted. But certain things are beyond repair. And I would rather use that energy to build something that your heart desires, to build something that your life deserves, and just experience life how it's supposed to be experienced. So I know today was, I don't know who it was for, but I just feel it was somebody. I was sitting here and I was like, man, let me go live and just title it, Stop Trying to Save It. And I think that's so universal. I think that's a wide spectrum of like things that people could be trying to save, like I said, whether it's a job, whether it's a friendship, whether it's a relationship, right? Whether it's, a dream that you're trying to hold on to. Like, until we learn to let go, we can't grow. And there's power in letting go. So I want to say thank you for coming on. What's up, Aaron? Cynthia said, everything I do, I hit a roadblock. I would ask yourself why, Cynthia. If people on here, because I'm just happening to see your comment, you say you hit a roadblock, I would ask yourself why. Like, why do you keep hitting that roadblock? What is that roadblock? And how can you prepare yourself to not hit that roadblock? Or how can you change your perspective when you hit that roadblock? Because maybe that roadblock isn't a roadblock. Maybe that roadblock is part of the journey that's supposed to actually strengthen your life. Maybe that roadblock is actually just a part of your journey, a part of the journey that's really meant to show you something different and build something different in your life. So only you know the roadblocks that you continue to hit. And you have to ask yourself, why am I continuing to hit these roadblocks? And are these roadblocks mislabeled? Am I saying these are roadblocks when really these are actually building blocks for my life? There's a difference, right? Because the journey ain't going to be smooth. I'm going to tell you that right now. When you progress and move forward with your life and make changes, a lot of us, we think, oh man, I hit a roadblock because this person said something. I hit a roadblock because this happened. A lot of times it's not roadblocks, it's actually building blocks, right? It's to build your mindset. It's to build your faith. It's to build your strength. Because without the obstacles in the journey, we wouldn't be able to become stronger. Without the obstacles in the journey and the challenges, we wouldn't be able to appreciate, right, how far we've actually come. So just understand that it's a roadblock or is it actually a building block. And always you can turn that roadblock into a building block if you make your perspective your power and not your prison.